The proposed amphitheater would sit here, where the Bushnell apartments are right now. The proposed amphitheater is part of a larger arts corridor plan that would add spaces for more creativity on campus. Other parts of the plan include renovations to the Thorn-Sagendorf and the construction of a new outdoor performing space. Theater and dance chair Kirsten O'Brien says the new amphitheater will allow for a more natural environment for performances.
I know for a fact I would love to take some classes outside, right? Making that a part of the curriculum in terms of assignments that can be outside, what is it like to do a monologue or a scene in the world of an amphitheater versus just in the black box?
New performances are not just the only plus. The new space could help students get jobs.
In terms of that, just another opportunity, another venue that exists in the professional world post-graduation for our students, and they'll be able to embrace it here at Keene.
Behind me will be the future site of the new amphitheater that will bring more creativity and more arts on campus. Tom Benoit, KSC TV News. The Safety and Occupational Health and Applied Sciences major is just one of many going through a curriculum update. SOHAS Department Chair Dr. Christopher Rennick says the changes here are a response to industry needs. Rennick says manufacturers who visit Keene State safety programs say they want students to have a more broader experience.
They have a really good safety experience, but they don't have other things that they can bring, like experience in insurance, experience in healthcare, experience in environmental. And so by creating these minors, we're giving our students a chance really to compete better for these jobs.
SOHAS has been able to reduce the number of credits required for the major from 68 to 56. Rennick says this has streamlined the program without losing quality.
Our program is reviewed by the Board of Certified Safety Professionals, and we have something called a quality academic program. So we have to make sure we teach at least 85% of the required content for that certification.
KSC Senate parliamentarian Kim Schmidl-Gagne says it has been a busy year for curriculum proposals, but that's expected as departments adjust to evolving professional standards and changing technology.
If you were in film, film is so digital now. I would guess 20 years ago we didn't offer any classes on digital filmmaking or how to shoot a movie with your iPhone, right? Because they didn't exist. And now those things need to be there for students so they can be at the top of their profession when they graduate.
If you're interested in looking at the changes your major has made, check out the updated course catalog available now. KSC TV, Tom Benoit. Several state testing sites are closing as federal COVID-19 assistance ends. WMUR reports federal military aid will be closing the sites while COVID cases decrease across the state. Governor Sununu says the end to federal aid and the closing of the sites is a significant milestone. Testing sites that will be closing soon include Belmont, Claremont, Keene, Lincoln, Manchester, Nashua, and Newington. Affordable housing is hard to come by in the Granite State. Because of that, Governor Chris Sununu is charging regional planning commissions to help gather data to find solutions. Here in the Monadnock region, the Southwest Regional Planning Commission is conducting a regional housing needs assessment. It's one of 9 planning commissions assessing housing markets statewide. A recent New Hampshire study found the number of home sales and the length of time homes are on the market have decreased between 2020 and 2021. Cheshire County also has a 70% owner-occupied housing, and experts say that presents a challenge for first-time buyers.
And you compare that to the United States, it's about 64%. So that kind of just gives you a little bit of a picture of how there's this gap for people starting out, young families, students, low-income workers that maybe can't afford to purchase a home at this time and where they are in their life. It's really a rough market for those folks especially.
If you're interested in sharing your perspective, you can fill out the survey at swrpc.org/housing. Again, that's swrpc.org/housing. 2 mental health programs will be accepting new residents starting next week. The Keene Sentinel reports the Step Up, Step Down programs have recently overcome staffing shortages this winter. Co-director Samantha Captain says there needs to be help 24/7, so it's hard to find enough people. The programs are still hiring for positions in Northwood and Manchester. A Keene man has been sentenced to 90 days in prison for participating in last year's riot at the Capitol on January 6th. The Sentinel reports Jason Riddle admitted to stealing a book, a football, and a bottle of wine from offices inside the Capitol. His sentence also includes 3 years of probation, 60 hours of community service, and $754 in restitution. Riddle previously pleaded guilty in November to misdemeanor charges including theft of government property. Riddle is a veteran and has previously worked as a mail carrier and a corrections officer. The move to make daylight savings times permanent is not getting much traction in the House of Representatives. The Sunshine Protection Act easily passed in the Senate last month, but is facing a tougher battle in the House. The bill would do away with our current system of spring forward, fall back in favor of a single time that would be used all year. Opponents of the bill say it would result in less sunlight in the morning, making it more difficult to work early in the day. Meanwhile, supporters of our current system does just as much harm, as forcing a shift in someone's sleep schedule can cause greater health problems.
I think that having consistency with time is just important as our sleep quality and duration of sleep. That can affect the circadian rhythm, which can negatively impact our health.
So far, House leadership has not indicated if the House will consider the bill this session. People across New England have been receiving postcards tied to the QAnon conspiracy theory. WMUR reports the postcards were sent to New Hampshire and Massachusetts homes. The postcards reference prior disasters such as the pandemic and the war in Ukraine and claim that the end of the world is near. The return address of the postcards is from Portsmouth. The Postal Service say that although the mailings are controversial, no laws have been broken. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Keene State College's Wellness Center is presenting an exhibit to fight the stereotypes around sexual assault. What Were You Wearing features a collection of donated outfits. These are recreations or sometimes the actual outfit an assault victim was wearing at the time the assault happened. The exhibit is meant to bring attention to the issue of sexual assault in a powerful way.
It's surprising when you actually go through the show because a majority of the photos wouldn't be considered provocative photos at all. It's also important to remember that most perpetrators are people who people already know, so it's someone they're familiar with.
I think this is an issue that's important to everywhere, to be honest. So Keene State being a public college, it's a big issue.
For more information on resources on sexual assault, visit the Wellness Center website at www.keene.edu/office/wellness center. Again, that's www.keene.edu/office/wellness center.